Hello and welcome to Total Health with Dr. Nick, where my purpose is to inspire, empower, and motivate you to live longer, healthier, and more abundant lives. In today's video, I want to talk to you about the 8 best natural flu remedies. And you know it's coming. You know that cold and flu season is coming. It's right around the holidays, and you're getting nervous, and you know you're out there. You're worried you're going to get the flu. Maybe you're even running off and getting the flu shot because all your friends are telling you, you've got to get the flu shot. The news, the media is telling you, the CDC. I'm telling you guys, you don't have to get the flu shot. You can get through this. It's going to be okay, but we're going to show you the best natural ways to do this. So you don't need to avoid your friends. You don't need to say, hey, stay away from me, don't come near me. Or if you've got the flu, you don't need to be quarantined in your house to where you're not going to be around your friends for weeks on end. You don't have to avoid going to work. You don't have to worry about carrying around a big gallon of hand sanitizer with you. Don't worry about that either. We're going to show you the best ways to do this. And hopefully, my goal is to put you at ease with this. So you want to make sure you watch to the very end because you want to see each and every one of these 8 steps. And if you like what we're talking about, make sure you like, you share, you comment, and subscribe. So let's go ahead and dive on in. So the way I want you to think about this is that your body is a fortress. Don't let anybody tell you that you're weak, that the bugs are stronger. I always laugh, and I actually make my patients laugh when they come in and say, no, Dr. Nick, I don't want to give you a hug today because I'm a hugger in the office. I don't want to give you a hug because I don't want you to get the flu. And immediately I start hiding behind the tables or hiding around the corners and say, where's the germs? Where's the bugs? And the reality is you don't have to worry about that. I always tell them, your little germies are not going to beat up on my immune system. It's strong. It's like a fortress. So think of your body as a fortress. It's like a castle. The walls are 6 feet thick. You've got a moat around it. You've got this drawbridge. You've got the guards up and the turrets up there with bows and arrows, maybe flaming, ready to shoot anybody who tries to breach this. You've got guys inside ready to launch those big rocks that are going to come flying over. Maybe they'll be on fire also and just destroy anybody that comes near it if the alligators don't get you first. So you've got this fortress for a body that is designed by God to be healthy and well. You've got all the tools. You've got all the antibodies. You've got all the white blood cells and killer cells that are out to get any germs or any bugs that come in. So don't feel like you're this victim of bad luck, bad germs, bad genes, and these germs are out to get you. It's not the case. The only way that you're going to get sick is if your fortress starts to get breached, if your fortress starts to become suppressed. What happens if maybe the moat dries up and the alligators head out of town? They want to go find some water somewhere. Or maybe the drawbridge is busted and it's down in a permanent down position. Or these guys up here, they were partying a little too late last night and they're not up there guarding it anymore and everybody's asleep. That's when your fortress can be breached. That's when the germs can get in. And you know it. You always say, well, you know what? Yeah, I've just not been eating too well, or I've not been exercising at all, or oh my gosh, the stress at work is unbearable. But when all that happens, your immune system gets suppressed, and that's when your fortress can be attacked. But it's always under attack. But as long as you keep your walls up, your guard up, these guys up here guarding it, they're all on duty, you're going to be fine. So let's now dive into the 8 best ways to prevent the flu. So number 1, eat real food. Stop eating all the junk, all the garbage. Your body doesn't work too well on frankenfood. It doesn't work too well on processed refined carbs and things like that. Make sure you're eating organic. That way your body doesn't have to detoxify. One of my previous videos, I talked about the fact that don't burden your liver. Don't burden it with all the poisons and toxins and plastics and alcohol. Your liver's trying to detoxify and cleanse you, and it can't do it if you're taking in all kinds of toxic foods as a result of it. So organic foods, whole foods. Once again, your body, designed by God, knows whole foods. It knows the way the foods were picked from the tree or dug from the ground or taken off the land. That's the way it knows it. It doesn't know if it's packaged with a label and a barcode, so you want to minimize that kind of stuff. You want to eat things like bone broth. Bone broth is fantastic. Think about it. Your mom always gave you chicken soup, right? When you were sick, chicken soup for when you were a kid because it's got such great medicinal purposes and benefits. Not only that, it's great for gut health. And a lot of researchers will say that about 70% of your immune system is housed inside your gut. So you want to make sure your gut is healthy. You want to make sure you're avoiding these processed foods, inflammatory foods like your sugars. Sugar has been proven to downregulate your body's immune system. It's a fact. So you want to avoid these. Number 2, get good quality sleep. That is so important, and I will tell you, I'm guilty of this myself. I don't get enough sleep sometimes. I'm up late at night trying to create new content, editing videos and so on, and I don't get enough sleep. But sleep is critical because this is the time when your body starts to heal. You're healing at night. Growth hormone is secreted at night. Your body lowers cortisol levels at night, your stress levels. And I'll tell you, one of the questions I get all the time is, Dr. Nick, why is my blood sugar so high in the morning when I wake up? I've been fasting all night. The reason is because your cortisol levels are so high. When your cortisol levels are up, your body dumps sugar out into your bloodstream. So get your cortisol levels down. So lack of sleep compromises your immune system, right? Once again, your body's charging up at night. It's rejuvenating itself. Your immune system starts to tank if you don't get enough sleep. Avoid using electronics. Electronics are a big one because you know what? You start to watch these video games or your phones, you're looking at videos on your phones or you're watching your TVs with these giant screens, and there's a lot of refreshing that's going on. That refresh rate of these screens is very, very high, and it puts your body into what we call a state of beta. And beta is a very heightened, excited state. It's a state of basically sympathetic overload. And sympathetic is the part of your nerve system that speeds everything up. So you're constantly getting these lights flashing in your eyes as the screen refreshes it. And you wonder why you can't get to sleep at night. We'll start to maybe listen to soft music. I like to, keep the temperature in my room low too. You want to make sure that you're keeping the temperature between 60 to maybe at the most 68 to 70 degrees. You start to get higher than that and you know it. Your body starts to toss and turn. You start to get thirsty. You're flipping the sheets on and off. You're getting up. I start to get delirious. If I get too hot and I get thirsty, I will start to get delirious. So you want to make sure, like I said, you're not using electronics, and you want to make sure that you're keeping the room nice and cool when you're trying to sleep. Number 3, meditation. This is a really huge one because meditation, once again, is a state where you kind of let your mind go. You get into what we call alpha theta frequencies. Those are different brainwave frequencies where your brain can just relax, where your brain can kind of let go and defrag. Many of you need this because you're going all day long. Once again, you're in constant beta mode. I was talking about that earlier where all the stimulation is coming in. You want to get into a relaxed state where your brain is just chilling out, relaxing. I like to listen to something called 528 hertz. 528 hertz is a frequency of healing. You can listen to this just by going onto YouTube, putting in the search bar 528 hertz, and just listening to this soft music, playing it. It's playing at a certain frequency. And like I said, once again, it's a healing frequency, so this is exactly what you want to be doing. I like to, when I go to sleep at night, put on earphones or earbuds and listen to the sound of water, and water trickling or a creek or a stream, and just focus on that. Some people, when they meditate, they like to focus on their breathing, but then I say, then I'm having to concentrate on something else. I'm concentrating on my breathing. If I just listen to water sounds, it's kind of like I just let myself go, especially if you're like me and you love to be near the ocean. Ocean's one of my favorite places. That's my happy place. So you can listen to sounds of the ocean coming in and a tide going out. So that's another great thing to do. Next is exercise. One of the greatest ways to disseminate stress out of your body. And once again, like I said, high levels of stress are going to downregulate your body's immune system. It has been proven scientifically that that's the case. So if you exercise, your body starts to have an outlet as a way to get rid of stress. Now, one thing I like to do is you might want to exercise moderately, but I like to do something called HIIT training, high intensity interval training, and I did a video on this also. But this is really important, and you want to make sure that you do this high intensity, short duration training. You don't want to go beyond 40 minutes. If you start to go beyond 40 minutes, you start to increase that stress hormone again. Your body creates more cortisol, and next thing you know, you're in a heightened state again. So you want to make sure you bring that down. So rule of thumb is 40, 40, 40. 40-minute workouts, 40 seconds for each set, and 40 seconds between sets. So what I mean by that, a 40-minute workout means you're done in 40 minutes. That's simple. 40-second sets means you might do 4 seconds up and down. So in other words, 2 seconds up with a pause, 2 seconds down, or maybe you could do a quick up, slow down, quick up, slow down. So you're doing a curl. But each rep takes, say, 4 seconds and you do 10 reps. Okay, so once again, 4 seconds per rep, 10 reps. There's your 40 seconds to do your set. Next, you wait for 40 seconds. So you look at your watch, you wait, and then you go in 40 seconds and do another set of 40 seconds, okay? So 40, 40, 40, great way to work out, great way to keep those cortisol levels low. Now this one hits a little close to home for me, being a chiropractor, is that you want to get regular chiropractic care. Now why do I say that? Because I'm a chiropractor? Not at all. The reason you want to get regular chiropractic care is because your immune system is controlled by your nerve system. In fact, right up here at the base of your skull, that's the most important part of your nerve system because that's where your brain and your spinal cord come together. So right at the base of your skull, right here, is where your brain and spinal cord come together, and there's a lot of neurological implications there. That has a lot to do with controlling your immune system. So you want to make sure that you're really correcting that area. Now, you want to make sure you go to a qualified corrective care chiropractor, not just any old chiropractor who racks and cracks the spine. They need to be doing gentle, conservative adjustments that are actually correcting the spine. So chiropractic care has been shown to increase your immune system by upwards of 200%, and this worked really well with cancer patients. Also, immunoglobulins and B lymphocytes were also increased by getting regular chiropractic adjustments. Once again, because it stimulates the nerve system, which stimulates your immune system, and it decreases the severity and duration of the flu. So I know a lot of you have never thought to go to a chiropractor before, but it's very, very important. In fact, I did a video I highly recommend you watching called The Most Important Thing. Go back and watch that. I'll probably put the link down in the description. If not, you can easily find it on my channel. But The Most Important Thing talks about where all health and healing comes from, and that is from the healing power that God put within you, and that's your life energy, and that flows down through your nerve system. So you want to make sure your nerve system is getting checked regularly with good corrective chiropractic care. Next, vitamin C. Vitamin C is a super antioxidant. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows about taking vitamin C. Well, you could take a lot of it. You could easily take 1,000 milligrams of it 3-4 times a day, about 4,000 a day, and actually have no problem with it whatsoever. Why? Because it's a water-soluble vitamin. And sorry, but you're going to pee out whatever you don't use. So you want to make sure you're taking this regularly. In fact, a lot of cancer patients might even go on IV therapy where they get vitamin C put in through intravenously, right through the veins. So this has been shown to boost the immune system. It's also been shown to increase white blood cell counts, which is fantastic. Fantastic for fighting off foreign germs, bacteria, viruses, and other organisms. Number 7, vitamin D3. And you want to make sure that it's raw vitamin D3 because you want to make sure it's undenatured and not damaged. But vitamin D3 is also a fantastic, not vitamin, it's actually technically a hormone if you really want to know the truth, but it's fantastic at helping the heart, brain, and immune system. Best source, of course, is the sun, which, by the way, think about this. People start to get sick at the end of the year, right? They start to get sick in the last 2 or 3 months of the year. Well, what's happening there? Well, one, you're not getting that much natural sunlight anymore. We're all inside under fluorescent lights. We're all at work or in our homes. We're not outside in the sun anymore. So we tend to lower our vitamin D levels in the winter and fall months because we're not out in the sun. But not only that, back to one of the first slides I talked about not having processed refined carbohydrates and sugars. Well, your diet's a disaster starting around October when you're getting all your candy from Halloween into Thanksgiving. Then you're rolling into Christmas and all the holiday parties you're going to go to there, and then New Year's. So before you know it, you've got about 3 months, 2.5, 3 months, where you're just wreaking havoc on it because of your poor diet. So no wonder you're so sick because, like I said earlier, sugar downregulates the immune system also. So you want to get about 4,000 international units of this daily. And for example, the one I took today's got 5,000. I took a brand called Garden of Life, but you can find any brand that you like as long as it's raw vitamin D3. And take 4,000 or 5,000 IUs of it a day, and that'll help a lot. It's also great at preventing cancer. And last but not least, you want to make sure that you're getting good, adequate amounts of probiotics. Why? Because like I said, probiotics are important for gut health. I just had some kimchi today that I had made last week, and you got to let it sit out for about a week as it's fermenting and doing its thing in the bottles and the jars, and then I put it in the refrigerator. But kimchi is fantastic for this because the gut microbiome is extremely important to your body's overall health, brain health, and immune system health, and kimchi is loaded with healthy bacteria. You've got about 10 times the amount of bacteria in your body that you do actually your own cells, so you're really just a bag of bacteria if you think about it, not to gross you out. but your body's more bacteria than it is your own cells, and you need these bacteria to help you digest foods, to break them down, to be able to get the vitamins out of it, especially your B vitamins. So you want to make sure you're getting plenty of probiotics, not just capsule form, but in the form of food, whole foods. Remember, that was number one. Eat whole foods. So kimchi is fantastic. Kefir, if you're, can't have dairy, then of course avoid the kefir and the yogurt, but sauerkraut, kombucha, pickles, all these fermented pickled vegetables are fantastic. So you pick the ones you like. I just happen to love kimchi. I really like all of them, but kimchi is probably my favorite because it's just so nutrient dense, and you can put all the best foods in it. You can put broccoli if you want. I tend to put cauliflower and carrots and cabbage, radishes, all your hard kind of vegetables that aren't going to break down as the bacteria are digesting it. But anyway, guys, I hope this is good information for you. Yes, you can beat the flu. The 8 steps to beating the flu, like I said, you can do it. Don't worry about the flu so much anymore. Don't panic about it. I know the numbers from the CDC and all these other media outlets and organizations make it sound like it is a death sentence, that if you get the flu, you're in deep trouble. But the reality is we've all lived our lives by getting the flu and getting over it. And by the way, here's something that's important to understand. Your body gets stronger every time you beat something. So you want to develop strong muscles, what do? You work out, you exercise your muscles. I tell my patients all the time, if you want to develop a strong and healthy immune system, you work it out. That means you let your body get over things. You get exposed to things and you get over it. It doesn't mean you run from it. It doesn't mean you hide at home when your friend at work has the flu. Because by the way, have you ever been around other family members? Maybe one of them had the flu or the cold and you didn't get it, but meanwhile you live with them all the time. Have you ever been around some people at work where they had the cold or flu and you didn't get it? It wasn't by luck. It's because your body was healthier. It was stronger. Your body's immune system was stronger. So that's the key, guys. Strengthen up your immune system, and you can beat the flu with these 8 simple steps. So like I said, hopefully this was good information for you. If so, please make sure you like, you share, comment, and subscribe. This is Dr. Nick. I love and appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching me today, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.